This is the Mirror's Pride of Britain Awards. Now, for the men and women of our emergency services, saving lives obviously often comes with the territory. So to qualify for this award, they need to have done something particularly special. They need to have gone beyond the call of duty. Here to present this award, a BAFTA-winning actress who's just been nominated for an Oscar for her performance in Gosford Park. She also knows a thing or two about policing. Please welcome Helen Mirren.
Isn't it fantastic to be here amongst these brave, energetic, wise people, to hear their stories and have the honour of sitting amongst them? You know, we've heard many stories of courage today, and you're about to hear another story of courage. He risked his life to save the lives of 2 other people, an act of extreme bravery. Listen to his story, it's extraordinary.
A child's party. But for father of 2, PC Simon Dell, these happy scenes can also be traumatic.
To see flame reflected on a human face is something unbearable. I can't cope with that at all.
For the last 20 years, Simon Dell's career as a rural beat officer with Devon and Cornwall Police has been plagued by fire. In 1981, he came across a crashed car with 4 teenagers trapped inside. Simon reassured them that help was on its way, but moments later the car exploded and 3 young people were killed.
I've certainly been left with the feeling that I've let them down, that somehow it was my fault and I couldn't help them.
Simon has suffered from a phobia of fire ever since. But he was forced to confront it last year. It was to be the ultimate test when he was called to a family home where a fire had taken hold.
The fire brigade hadn't arrived. I realised that it was down to me.
12-year-old David Evans and his stepfather were trapped inside.
There was a young child there, the same age as my daughter. I would dread to think if somebody had walked away from my daughter, if she was in that situation. So I took a big, deep breath and ran into the smoke.
Simon fought his way into the burning building, where visibility was by now almost zero. Losing hope of finding anyone alive, he heard a child crying upstairs.
I felt like my skin was going to peel away. I was thinking that I was going to die because the smoke was that thick and black and I was inhaling it.
Simon found David and carried him out through the intense heat using his own body as a shield. But Simon knew that David's stepfather was also trapped, and he decided to go into the fire again.
I looked at the building. It was a vision of Dante's Inferno. It was absolute hell.
With the help of a colleague who'd just arrived, Simon risked his life once more to find David's stepfather.
I don't know quite where I got the strength from. Probably fear, I think.
Seconds after pulling him out of the blazing room, the floor collapsed, turning the building into a fireball.
There's no doubt in my mind that this was the hardest thing I've ever had to do in 25 years of being a police officer. But I am a police officer, and it's the job I love.
Please welcome Simon Dell.
To find a policeman speechless is difficult indeed, but to find me speechless is even more difficult. But it would be very remiss of me not to mention the fact that on the second occasion that I went into the building, I wasn't alone. My friend and colleague, Constable Jim Pollock, unhesitatingly came in with me. There's no doubt in my mind that had he not come in with me, I wouldn't be here tonight. So really, Jim, half of this belongs to you.
The 12-year-old who Simon rescued from that fire, David Evans.
I'd just like to say that I was thinking backstage that what to say to a man that's very brave, and I wouldn't know what to do if I was in Simon's shoes. Very brave of him to save me, and from the bottom of my heart I'd say thank you.
Okay.
Congratulations to Simon Dell.